Hey YouTube and independent homeschoolers. So I'm not trying to offend you, but I am trying to wake you up. Quit making excuses about your child's math skills. They can learn math, I promise you. And let me prove it to you. So, can your child speak? Now, if they're exception, spectrum, and damage, I'm not talking about that, but everybody else, can your child speak? Can they form sentences? How'd they learn to do that? Well, it's pretty clear. I think they're wired for language in some sense, whether you understand it as hardwired for language or hardwired for figuring out games, and language is a game. But children have this ability, and what goes on is again and again they get feedback. So they ask for a blefte, and you can't give them what it is, and they ask for apple, and you can't give them what it is. You start to know that apple means apple, and then you keep saying, say apple, and they eventually go apple, apple, and now they've got it down. And then complexity with rules of grammar and syntax and all the rest. That's how language goes. Did you know math is just a language? There might be a little debate about it, but for no clear reason. Coding is language. So language has symbols and meaning to the symbols and syntax and grammar, and it fits together. And math is just a universal language that people with different spoken languages can use. Your child can learn math, but if you decide, oh, they don't have a math chip in their head, they're just not good at math, I wasn't good at math, and you think it's genetic or whatever, you've generated a fixed mindset and essentially what's called a self-fulfilling type prophecy. Since you don't ever use the language and never study the language, never work with the language, your child won't learn it. That's how it goes. If you don't speak Spanish, you're not going to learn Spanish. That's how it is. So let me tell you, I'd say the secret to teaching your child math that's not good at math. Have them do their math lesson over and over until they get it right. Like maybe it's lesson 27 in whatever math book you're in. Okay, and they get, we always had a score of a 90 or better. But let's just go crazy and say your child is, you want to give them to 100 and they're only making 50s or 40s on that lesson. So they have a whole lesson, they go through it and they don't get it. Do that same lesson the next day. And then do it again the next day. And do it over and over until they get the whole thing 100% right, because the goal is to learn, and this is how language is learned. You learn a word. You learn a pronunciation, another word or two, a bunch of words, and you can speak in just those words. Bathroom, baños. So you can coffee. And eventually you add, I would like some coffee. Math is the same way. You learn very basic concepts and they build. And this is why people don't learn math. They're busy jumping ahead thinking the point is to get through the book. And it's not. It's to get the book through them. So if you'll do the same lesson again until they make 100 on it, go the next lesson. Until they make 100 on it, do it over and over again. The next lesson. In a matter of weeks, you're going to find they're going to be incredible at starting to catch on to the language. Sometimes you need to back up. Maybe if they're not in a good spot, go back to where they at least know something. And in that knowing something, do that lesson over and over again until they get to a 90 or 100. And then do the next one, then do the next one. It'll go slow at first, but you're building the foundation of the math language in them. And weirdly enough, what begins to happen is confidence builds. We all are busy trying to build confidence in our children by affirming to them that they're smart or whatever. That's not what builds confidence. Confidence is built by being able to do it. And once they can start doing math, they're going to be able to build on it. So get out there, give it a try, and right here, any questions or if it works or really how well it works. But stop making excuses. Your child doesn't need that. Your child needs you to say, you can learn this. You learn to talk, you can learn math. Congratulations, we're on our way. Hey, if this is helpful, please subscribe, send along to others, and go to independenthomeschool.com. We have lots of more useful material there for you for free.